What's up? Working on the little kayak trailer. Remember when I came up here and grabbed the wheel and shook it? That's what clued me in that the wheel bearings were a little bit off. Blah, 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 blah. This one right here, see, I'm gonna hold it real close and see if you can hear this. I can feel it in there, and I know that's really close to the camera. Probably hard to focus on. Maybe you can hear this one, but hear it? It sounds like sand grinding. But so whenever I got, first got this off, and I took the hub off. Your captain's nut. There's your captain's nut. So took the nut off and blah blah blah, and then pulled the burst bearing out, which is the nicer looking one. And this one right here was at the back. I had to actually hold something against the back of that, and then tap on the back of this with a hammer. So, I could see this part. I could see this part right away. So that tells me the person I bought the trailer from was kind of claim names, but not a up and up kind of guy. So, I knew what I was getting. For 150 bucks, I expected some work. At least the bearing wasn't galled onto here, and that's the one that holds the grease in so it doesn't sling out. But my first clue was this wheel right here. You look at all that grease that's been slinging on it. So I knew something was up. But the worst I'd have to do is buy a new axle. You can see it. But I'm not gonna have to do that. I'll take some more here it is, emery paper, hold it kind of like, pulling on this side and that side like your shoe shining all the way around, and then get it clean and get all the rust off of it. Once I get all the rust off of it, make sure it's really clean here too. Get that rust off too as well. And then put my hub back together after. See that shiny part right there? Hang on a second. I'm not using a tripod here. This is a little bit of a hassle. You can see that's the race right there that the bearing rides on. So we'll knock those races out, clean out the hub really, really good, make it all fresh, and put it back together and fill it full of grease and put it back on, and we'll be fine. But sometimes it's easier or cheaper to buy a complete hub from Harbor Freight. You just take your old hub down there, and then they'll match it up, and just come back and put the whole thing on. Even with a new hub, you're gonna take the bearings out and grease those. So it's not that big of a deal. It's not the end of the world, but it would have been nice if the bearings were good, which they weren't. All right, I'll see y'all on the next video. Appreciate you watching, hanging in there. Later.